Before you try to do anything that relates to any kind of self-improvement, like starting a new diet plan, a new workout regimen, starting a new business, or just doing good in school, you have to check your mental health. You can't do any of those things if your mental health is screwed up. Your mental abilities like focus, problem solving, analyzing, synthesizing, or having discipline or motivation, you can forget about them if you have bad mental health. You can't have any of them. It's just you're like limited mentally. You are crippled. And if you have long-term depression, you're anxious, you're very stressed out, or you're just burned out mentally, you can't do any of those things. You simply don't have the power in your mind to do the mental work, to see any kind of progress in those projects or improvement journeys that you want to have. I know this because I got burned out like 5 months ago in my daily job, and I just felt like my inner flame was it went over like someone threw a huge bucket of water on it, and it was simply wiped out. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to do anything, and everything just seemed so bad around me. I was feeling hopeless about everything. I was like empty. I was like empty, and I didn't care about anything. When you're burned out, you become like this zombie who doesn't have any kind of emotions, and he has like this dull look in his vision, and you can see in his eyes that he is in a very bad place. And I was like, man, I got my school, I got my work, I got my other things, and I don't want to do any of those because I feel like so off and so out of the rhythm and off the track that I don't have any desire or motivation or even the will to do any of those tasks that help me to go forward in my school or just be a functional work person, you know. But you can always get back on the track. You can. You just need to focus on yourself. And what I did was this simple morning routine that only consists of 3 things. First, you need to sleep 8 hours a day to just rest and recover. And the first thing is, right after you wake up, you will do a light exercise. All right? You do push-ups, you can do pull-ups, you can do triceps on the side of your bed. You can even do like a one series of all of those 3 exercises and like do 15, 20 pull-ups, do 50 or 100 push-ups and do the same amount of triceps. And what it does, it just wakes you up right away. It's just like you had a very nice cup of coffee or even 2, and you feel like this sap of energy inside of you. You feel like, oh man, I can like go to work right now and do like 5 hours of focused work right away. And along to that, it just builds your discipline to do hard things first in the morning, and so you have like a small victory at the starting of the day. And it just gives you a good feeling, a confident feeling. Next is meditation, at least 10 minutes every morning. Why? Well, when you have all of those negative, bad thoughts inside of you, you haven't really given yourself time to figure things out, to actually acknowledge those inner feelings that you have deep inside that just wants to get out, just wants to be recognized by your rational side. Maybe your emotion side is crying inside and it just wants to be heard by your rational brain. And while you meditate, I remember I had many of those feelings of inadequacy inside of me, like I wasn't good enough in this is not going that well. I'm like not doing a very good job on my school project over here, and I'm just more lazy. And pretty soon after like couple of days, those feelings started to go away because I recognized those feelings and I did something about them to solve them. Actually, I recognized my inner emotional troubles inside of me and I started to fix them in real life. Besides, it would just clarify your mind and let you be present on yourself for the moment of the day. And the lastly is gratitude journaling and affirmation. You know, when we course through lives, we just tend to take things for granted and not give a second thought about them. And we just want more and more, and we expect this, we expect that, and we expect more. And we're not feeling any kind of gratefulness for those things that we have. When was the last time you felt grateful that you have a roof over your head, or that you are in a good health, or that you can go walk to work, to school, that you can run, that you have all of your limbs on your body? I mean, it can be like many simple things, and it's just. And I noticed changes on those after I wrote them. After I wrote those gratitudes every day, just one things that I'm grateful for. I just felt like, man, my life is actually pretty damn good and awesome. There is nothing actually that is so much of a worry when I got those things lined up in here, written down, that I have, and I feel deeply grateful that I have them. It just gives you this inner fortitude that your life is actually very good. So just, it can be like a very simple thing. Just that you woke up in the morning, or that you have your family members, or that you have like a bicycle, or that you have a car, or that you have a job, or that you have some friends in your life. It can be very simple things that makes you feel satisfied and grateful that you are alive in this world at this moment. And the affirmation is, they're just positive reinforcements of the states that you want to be. I can write down like the affirmation that I'm a guy who works out and takes good care of my body. And when I write that down many times, it helps me to be that person. It helps me to reinforce this belief that I am a person who takes care of his body and works out and be in a really, really good shape. All right. And those three things, I did those like 2 or 3 weeks, and I felt better every next day. And I'm still doing those. So if you are in a bad place mentally and you have things to do, you have dreams you had dreams before, you had like mission statements that you want to do in your life, your goals in life, but you just got burnt out and just unavailable to follow those daily tasks, right? If this worked on me, I'm sure that this will work with you too. So do those 3 things and your mental health will get better in the next 4 weeks. I promise you that. Stay sharp and stay aware.